Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Cult of Joshi. I'm your host, Raja, and I'm joined by my co-host, John. And we're here to talk to you a little bit more about some 5-Star Grand Prix action because we have 3 big shows to go over that went over the weekend, and we are heading into the final weekend of regular tournament action. And man, coming down to the wire, it is crazy in here. There is so much that could happen and go one way or the other that it's almost impossible to determine exactly what's going to go down.
Well, that's a really fancy, lots of words way of saying we have no idea.
we are stumped, man, because there's been already surprises, and it's just hard to say what way this is going to go. I mean, you obviously have your obvious favorites in every block, but at this point, who freaking knows, right?
Yeah, no, our lists are screwed, man. Like
I think a lot of people's are.
Our brackets have been busted, and it's crazy. I do want to take a real quick moment here at the very first. I want to talk about something coming up for me.
Yes.
It's a big one. So I apologize, guys, and I'm going to kind of do this a little bit out of character and more in my character. Mm-hmm. So I apologize about that. But it's a really big deal. Wrestling is my life, has always been my life. And whether it's the Joshi stuff that I love so much, or whether it's the stuff that I've done myself, and the reason that I'm getting, MRIs with multiple vertebrae that I'm going to have surgery on that are just, crazy jacked up in all these different ways. I'm a medical anomaly. It's kind of fun in its own way. When you take all these different kinds of tests, and every damn test, I was telling Raja earlier, I do all these tests and they come back and you're like, it's going to come back sprained or it's going to come back, mildly irritated.
Yeah, it's not as bad as I think.
And instead it comes back and it's just like, and I always equate it to other, wrestlers and stuff. Oh, that's a 24 edge.
Right.
Oh, look, it's an angle,
Yes.
That's a 2004 Benoit.
Right.
So it's as long as it's not a 2006 one. But I mean, it's one of those things that, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah.
No matter how many bumps I look back and think about at the early times of these chairs coming down without protection, and,
right?
Little DDTs on concrete, things like that. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Just for those little moments, those little tiny moments, with all the crap you go through, with all the craziness you go through, with the lack of money, with, I wrote a song when I was in Dead Level called Martyr, and it was all about indie wrestling.
Right.
And it was just about the fact of bleeding buckets and all the pain and everything. And it was for that one split second, that one little split moment of euphoria, that little split moment of divinity that is just this incredible thing that is pro wrestling, that is the connection with you and the fans, and the connection with you and your dreams, and the connection with you and the boys, the connection with you and the boys or the girls, that you create, this brotherhood, this sisterhood.
Family.
And the cool thing about pro wrestling is when you get into pro wrestling, and I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're a ring announcer, a referee, if you're one of the boys, if you're a manager, if you're anything. When you get in that locker room, it doesn't matter what your religion is. It doesn't matter what your sexual orientation is. It doesn't matter what your size is. It doesn't matter about anything that's happened to you in the past or anything that you've been in the past. When you're in there in that locker room, you're part of that family, and that family looks after one another and protects one another, and we protect the business too. People think, oh, well, I know all the secrets of pro wrestling. You don't.
Right.
You don't. You really don't. You don't know anything, because the real secret is it's so deep. It's so incredible. There's nothing else like it in the world.
Yeah.
There's nothing else out there that is anything like it. Like a lot of sports you go to, and it's like, oh, hey, yeah, I played basketball in high school. Mm-hmm. Well, just because you wrestled in high school, it doesn't. It helps you, yes, but it means nothing. There is nothing like professional wrestling.
Agreed.
And it's just incredible. And you're putting your life on the line every time you go out there, and you're taking other people's lives, and they're trusting you with that. And that's why I talk about the injuries, right? The injuries that mount up over the years. And you know, and then you pay for them later on.
Yeah,
You know, it's when you're 25, it's fine.
Yeah, you're like, this is fine.
When you're 45, it's like, yeah, you know. But the thing about it is, you know, one of those guys that I shared those times with was Ray Idol. And Ray Idol, little, you know, not little by any means, jacked up, beautiful black man that, you know, he was a great man, and he was really one of the nicest guys, you know, in the locker room, one of those people. Mm-hmm. But we shared so many matches and angles and, you know, local television on Saturday mornings. You know, to us, you know, we would walk in an Armory and or Civic Auditorium, and that would be our Madison Square Garden, you know, but we were on TV every week, man. We were on TV every Saturday, and there was kids that grew up watching that. And that was their wrestling. That was their local wrestling. You know, for me growing up, it would have been NWA Mid-Atlantic. It would have been Continental. You know, for them, they were growing up watching, you know, NWA Smoky Mountain. They were growing up watching Championship Wrestling. All these things that were, you know, those guys are wrestling now. Yeah. And so when I'm in that locker room now, these guys watched us. Mm-hmm.
They're like, I watched you when I was a kid.
Yeah. And in that special time, the hottest time we had this incredible run on television, man, this incredible run. And it was me and my boys and, you know, Steve Fury, Chris Richards, the Great Bolo.
Yes.
You know, we had this incredible thing that we started called John Hawkins Promotions, JHP. And we got so big that it took it from the Armory that we were doing weekly. We were doing a weekly Armory every Friday night. We do other little towns, but that's where we tape TV. Mm-hmm. And we took it from that Armory into the Civic Auditorium, which we had wanted to get back to because that wrestling dates back there. Lou Thez was there, freaking Antonio Inoki and when he was a young boy on excursion.
Yeah.
You know, all these guys, you know, were there.
Yeah.
And over the years, and Whitey Caldwell, Ron Wright, you know, it was just legendary. And we wanted to be there, and we did make it there because of this. And we stayed there for years and years and years. But the really cool thing about it is sometimes, you know, those friendships that you make throughout the beating the crap out of one another. And don't get it twisted. We beat the shit out of one another. Yes. You know, we absolutely killed each other. And after I'd already hurt my arm, we did this big event in Bristol at the place we're going to be for this event that's coming up. And it's one of my favorite nights in wrestling ever. And I was already a manager, but I had this tag match, and I was tagging with Steve, and we were against Ray Idol and some kid. And during that match, the commentators, I'll never forget it because Easy Money and Kid Cash were out in the crowd. I remember that. But, you know, I really threw it on. I remember telling Ray in the back, I was like, hey man, I'm going to do some of the moves I was doing when I was working. And so I threw the Rush Leg Super Octopus. I did a bunch of my spots. I did like some of my stupid stuff, some of my crazy, but a lot of my submissions. And it was funny because these guys would see me just as the loudmouth, you know,
right?
And just like, what in the world is John Hawkins doing? He's got, you know, I can't believe he's got such a repertoire.
They had no idea.
But I really appreciated Ray for working with me.
Yeah.
Okay, he worked with me, and he didn't have to. He was kind of that, you know, just that big jacked up dude that he didn't have to do that. Mm-hmm. And so I appreciate that. And we had a lot of fun with some angles with him, but he passed away a little bit too early. And, you know, so there's a event for him, Idols Are Forever. It's being put on, you know, on August 23rd in Bristol, Tennessee at the Armory by Imperial Pro Wrestling. And, you know, so really good stuff. Anybody that might be near the Bristol, Tennessee area, you need to come out. There's going to be other people on the card that is, you know, he always has it jam-packed with some cool, you know, mix of local guys and some indie names and all this stuff.
The coolest part is that you guys are all coming back together,
so
right?
That's the big thing. So I was excited about it, but these guys, I kept going, right? I kept going. I never stopped. And I had multiple different factions over the years with John Hawkins Promotions, and I would go away because they would never let me go away if I didn't just go away. And it keeps it fresh. You go away, you come back, you go away, you come back, and it's always fresh. But, you know, during that time, man, these guys have been gone since probably 2009.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden I find out on the poster that Steve Fury, the Great Bolo, and Chris Richards also stuck around, but these guys are all going to be there, you know, and it's really cool to have the original crew.
It is. It's amazing.
Back together. So, you know, it's exciting.
I can't wait.
I'm very excited about just the reunion aspect of it and everything. And I'll probably light my hand on fire and give somebody the hand of God chop.
I mean, is it really a show if you don't?
No, it is not really a show if you don't do it. And I will do it. I will light my hand on fire and you know, have some fun with it.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. And I appreciate you guys letting me cut out a little time there at the first. Please keep your comments to... You know, we're not talking about Joshi there for a second.
I think people understand that sort of thing. I mean, we got to support your local indie wrestling, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it just really means a lot to me, and especially with some of the injuries here recently that I finally went and did the stupid scans and everything because it's like one of those tough things or whatever. Nah, it's fine. It'll be
muscle through.
It'll be all right. And you know, I don't feel a part of my legs and stuff, but it's okay. You know,
right?
And finally going and getting hit with the reality of, you know, some of the messed up. But it's all fixable, right?
Right.
So it's all fixable and it will be fixed. But yay.
Yay. I'm excited. And just like we are super excited about all this Joshi, I mean, we have so many different lanes of wrestling that we love, right? So it's really fun to have all these different things to look forward to.
It is. And with that, I think we need to turn it on because we got some weird scenarios going on, man.
So much going on. Before we jump into Stardom, I do want to give just a brief little aside here for the Marigold Dream Star Grand Prix is also happening.
Yes.
As we speak, they're like a little bit into it now. Everyone's had 4 matches at this point in their tournament. Right now, as we speak, in the Dream League, Victoria Yuzuki is leading the way with 6 points, followed by Utami Hayashishita, Mayu Utani, and Sari Yamaoka all at 4 points. But Victoria Yuzuki is now the only undefeated person left in the tournament. So
wow.
She's leading the whole charge for this tournament right now.
Crazy.
And Sari, by the way, getting a win over Mayu Utani, which is insane for her. Like, I love that for her.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. I love that, actually.
On the other side, in Star League, Misa Matsui is currently at the lead at 6 points, and she's followed by Mai Sakurai, Nagisa Nozaki, and Chan Yota, all who have 4 points. So it's still a very close game in Marigold.
Yes.
Of course, it's not even halfway through the tournament. There's still a lot to go. So it seems like they are all really pushing for that top spot, and Victoria just running away with it at this point.
You know, one thing I wonder about Marigold, because when Marigold first came out, they were all about every show is going to have commentary.
Yeah.
Every show is going to have like the good quality, you know.
Right.
And it's if I have a criticism, it's that these are all done so far on hard cams.
Yes.
And
like it's your big tournament of the year, and it feels like you're kind of just treating it like any other show.
Yeah, it's on hard cams up in the general admission, you know, zoomed in, and that takes you out of it a little bit. I'm used to it in Japanese wrestling, but here recently, you know, a lot of the bigger shows have had like the camera at the ring and stuff, and you know, I mean, I guess you got to do what you got to do, but
yeah, you gotta do what you got to do to get by.
I would love to see them, you know, treat it somehow where you have those multiple cameras.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely makes it a lot more fun when you're like up in the action and you feel like you're there, right? And you can really see everything really well. So that's what we love about the live Stardom shows, because they always have the multi-cams. I mean, if they're going to VOD it, they're just sometimes they're just like, just leave it on the hard cam. It's fine.
they do, but they've had their stuff together for a while now.
They have, yes. So speaking of Stardom, this past weekend we had 3 big shows, and we're not going to go into like super detail about these because we're more interested in this upcoming weekend and what's going down. And this last weekend was a lot of like, we got to get through these tournament matches, boys. We got to go. Like,
that's what it felt like, wasn't it?
It's time to hit the road. We got to get through some of these so we get some points on the board. So we started off with night 7 on August 9th in the fabulous KBS Hall in Kyoto. And amazingly enough, Stardom drew over 750 fans for this show in KBS Hall, which is by and far their largest gate in KBS Hall. Like
wow.
by like 200 fans.
That's insane when you had the end of Queen's Quest there.
I know. Isn't it wild? Like how much more they've been able to get this year.
Well, I mean, it's just that
all over.
They've just grown.
They have. They've really been putting in the numbers this year.
It shows
insane.
you that sometimes it's not as much as one person or two people or three people as a movement, as a company, and as someone who, always delivers.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what you've got with them. It's good quality.
Yeah, it's definitely showing now that they've got their wheels under them. They're really hitting the ground running. So we started off this night. It was a Blue Stars night. So we started off in Blue Stars A. Ami Sori taking the win over Yuria Hime, which, we're still like, Yuria's going to get a win. I just know it.
I refuse to comment on this.
Blue Stars B, Konami taking the win over Momo Kogo. And then Blue Stars A, we had Bozilla defeating Aya Sakura, which, that powerbomb, man.
Yeah, sick.
It's sick. In Blue Stars A, Saoriano took the win over Ruaka.
I had to worry about that one.
Yet another fun Saoriano match, honestly. Mm-hmm. Then in Blue Stars B, Rana Yagami defeated Hina in a little rematch from their Future of Stardom championship match. So it looks like Rana's still coming after that belt.
Yeah, I mean, she's going to have it now, and I know you were super excited about that.
Of course I am. Rana gets another championship match out of this. And more points in the tournament. Then in Blue Stars B, kind of the match of the night on this one, even though it wasn't even semi-main because we had two other matches after this. Suzu Suzuki versus Sari. And of course, even before the tournament started, these two were going at it on Twitter a lot. And they have been looking forward to this match. And it lived up to what you expect out of two people who have been hashing it out because it was chippy as hell.
Oh, absolutely.
They just went at it, dude.
They did. It was great.
And it ended up in a time limit draw, so I don't think it's the last we've seen of these two in the ring together. Then in the semi-main event in Blue Stars A, Saya Ida takes the win over Miyu Amasaki. Kind of surprising in Miyu's hometown here.
Yeah, but the right call.
It is. Saya Ida definitely deserved this win. And then in the main event in Blue Stars B, quite a surprise, Hanako taking the win over Momo Watanabe, breaking Momo Watanabe's undefeated streak in the 5-star, but with a little hitch because the reason Hanako won this match is because Ruaka was trying to hit Hanako with the black box. Hanako ducked, and Ruaka accidentally hit Momo Watanabe with it, which allowed Hanako to hit the JP coaster, and that's all she wrote.
Well, good for Hanako. There's nothing in the the annals of history that will show that.
Yeah, no, yeah, she gets the points. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
And this is a little like Momo Watanabe getting a little bit of taste of her own medicine.
Yeah, and it's a big win for Hanako.
It is. She's also from Kyoto, so she got this big win in her hometown. It's great for her, for self-esteem,
Yes.
Moving on to night 8 in Okayama on August 10th. We started off, this was Red Stars night, so we started off in Red Stars B, Azumi taking the win over Rion in a fun match. I thought Rion did really good here against Azumi.
I did too. I liked it a lot, and I love that Azumi swagger she's got going on, man.
She's all about herself. I love it. Then in Red Stars A, Yuna Mizumori defeated Waka Tsukiyama, and this was just an interesting match. Just interesting.
It was.
Then in Red Stars A, Azusa Inaba with a win over Mei Seira with a quick roll-up.
Huge upset.
Wild upset, honestly. Yeah. Like, I was shocked on this one.
Huge upset, and just not, I would never have picked this in a million years.
Me either. After that, in Blue Stars, or Red Stars A, no, it is Blue Stars. Sorry. This is the makeup match. Blue Stars A, Aya Sakura versus Ruaka. Ruaka getting the win here after Aya Sakura went out of her way to get this match rescheduled.
Yeah, which is funny on booking wise, right?
Yeah.
She could have took the points.
She could have. She could have had 2 extra points, but Ruaka came in and defeated her anyway, so Aya kind of stepped in it on this one.
She did.
Then in Red Stars A, Hanan taking another win over Lady C in quite a fun match, actually. I like this one a whole lot.
I didn't know which this is going to go with all the upsets.
Yeah. It's like we said, there's been a lot of surprises, so you never know from match to match what's going to happen. Then in Red Stars B, Tomoka Inaba defeated Sayaka Kurara. She just took out Sayaka Kurara's knee entirely in this match.
Yes.
Just completely decimated her. Following that in Red Stars B, we had a great match with Rina versus Natsupoi. Natsupoi getting the win in this one with the fairy ring. And it was it was a lot of fun. We got to see that fire that Rina's been showing. And she had those 4 wins and now she's lost 2 in a row. But it hasn't taken anything away from her.
It was a great match. I really wanted Rina to pull that out.
I know. I was kind of rooting for Rina to win this one. Then in the main event, Red Stars B, Starlight Kid getting the win over Natsuka Tora with the Black Tiger leg killer, which is awesome because Starlight Kid really needed this win, but also maybe a little Goddess of Stardom championship match in the future for that win. Yeah. If Starlight is interested in that, with any of her partners. I mean, you could see a little Starlight Azumi coming after the tag titles.
I'd rather see Starlight and May, but yes.
I love Starlight and May as a tag team.
Me too.
Then on night 9, the third of the weekend, on August 11th in Kobe, we had Blue Stars action. So in Blue Stars A, starting us off, Ruaka defeated Yuria Hime in the first match.
This one hurts because I thought this was the win. I thought this was going to be it.
It felt like it.
Oh, Yuria.
But Yuria still has a chance to play spoiler on the last weekend, so you never know. In Blue Stars B, Rana Yagami defeating Momo Kogo. A little beat strike action. Let's go.
Yeah, man. It looks like your beat striker is striking it hard right now.
She just had a little run recently with all these wins. I'm so proud. Then in Blue Stars A, Ami Sori defeated Miyu Amasaki. And she really had to fight for this one. Like, Miyu actually had the upper hand a lot of this match and put a lot of damage on Ami Sori. I was surprised.
Amasaki beat the shit out of her the entire match.
Yeah.
And then
Ami had to use a roll-up.
Yeah, Ami Sori got the slip over.
Yeah. Then in Blue Stars B, Hina defeating Momo Watanabe with the Gato clutch. It was like a double Gato clutch situation.
What is going on?
I don't know. What's these God's Eye girls like getting one over on hate? It's crazy.
Yeah, man. The Momo Watanabe, that's just nuts.
That's an insane win for Hina, honestly.
It is.
Then in Blue Stars A, Bozilla defeated Saida in probably my favorite match of the whole weekend.
It was a lot of fun. Absolute trash because Saida obviously has the size advantage over Bozilla.
It's crazy that Bozilla got this win.
I can't believe it just ruins the art of wrestling for me to have such a mismatch when Saida should have totally just mopped the floor with Bozilla. No, this was amazing.
It was great, and it really showed that dynamic that they have with the strength and the size difference. Obviously, I thought they played it really well. It was really fun.
I mean, it's one of the ones we talk about where the story is told from looking at them.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, wow, you just see it and you're like, I want to see that match. Yeah. In the semi-main event in Blue Stars B, Sari defeated Hanako. And then in the main event in Blue Stars B, Suzu Suzuki defeated Konami, knocking Konami out of contention for the playoffs.
Konami's had quite a weird tournament. She had the incredible start.
I know. She just sort of went downhill from there.
Then she went way downhill.
Yes, but this weekend, it was a lot of fun, a lot of great shows. They went by really fast because these shows are just like jam-packed with action. So there's never a second to breathe when you're watching them. But we got a lot of really cool wins in there and a lot of interesting points going on. So these are our standings going into the final weekend of the tournament, the regular tournament. In Red Stars A, Saya Kamatani still sitting pretty at the top, 10 points, perfect, no losses. Then Mei Seira and Hanan are behind her with 7 points each. B. Priestley and Azusa Inabe each have 6 points. Lady C and Yuna Mizumori each have 4 points, and Waka Tsukiyama has 0 points. And Yuna and Waka are both strategically eliminated from the playoffs. Then in Red Stars B, Azumi is at the top with 9 points. Rina and Natsuka Tora are under her, each with 8 points. Starlight Kid has 7 points. Natsupoi has 6 points. Tomoka Inaba has 4 points. Sayaka Kurara has 2 points. And Rion still has 0 points. Sayaka and Rion, the only ones technically eliminated. This is what I mean by, like, the logjam, because Tomoka Inaba with 4 points still in it is kind of crazy. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, it is.
Then in Blue Stars A, we have Bozilla at the top with 10 points. She is not undefeated. She has a few draws in there, but still 10 points.
Yeah.
Sariano following her up with 9 points. Then Amisori with 8. Ruaka with 7. Saida and Miyu Amasaki each have 4. Aya Sakura has 2, and Yuria Hime still has 0 points. Aya Sakura and Yuria Hime both eliminated from the playoffs.
Right.
Then in Blue Stars B, Momo Watanabe and Suzu Suzuki share the top at 8 points. Hanako and Suri each have 7 points, which is not something I thought I would hear myself saying at this point.
That wasn't on the bingo card.
Rana Yagami with 6 points, Hina and Konami each with 4 points, and Momo Kogo with 0 points. Konami and Momo Kogo each eliminated from the possibility of the
Again, not
playoffs.
many people eliminated.
Yeah, so there's 2 people from each block that are completely eliminated. There are people who have a very, very hard road if they need to get to the end. Some of them might be impossible if you figure it all out, like logistically.
Yeah.
It's really hard to do that because of how close everything is
Right.
this year, and with how many people are still eligible to get into the playoffs. It's very difficult to imagine every single scenario.
But
right?
you do have some scenarios.
I do have
right?
a few that I'd like to talk about.
Scenarios with Raja, scenarios with Raja. It's now time for scenarios with Raja.
Oh, I love that. I got a theme song. So let's start in Red Stars A, okay? So Saya Kamatani has already cinched a playoff spot. She's in no matter what to the top 3. The only thing she has to do to get the first seed is to get a win or a draw in one of her last 2 matches. That's it.
Wow.
She's first seed if she can do that.
Wow.
But her last 2 matches are not that easy because if Saya Kamatani loses to Mei Seira and B Priestley and B wins against Lady C, then B gets the first seed with the tiebreaker to Saya. But that's only if Saya Kamatani loses both matches.
Yeah.
And B can beat Lady C.
Which could happen. I mean, you're talking about B Priestley.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy, man. And May Sarah was the one we pegged from the first.
Yeah, to beat Saya Kamatani.
Yeah.
So Saya's facing May first, so I have a feeling it's going to come down to the match between Saya Kamatani and B Priestley. So if Saya loses to May, B beats Lady C, then they will be fighting over the first seed in their final match against each other. I just put here, Lady C would have to beat Waka, Tsukiyama, and B Priestley to even have a chance of getting into the playoffs. She still could, but she'd have to win both of those last 2.
And she totally could, though.
She could, which is the crazy thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And if May or Hanan lose their respective matches against Saya Kamatani and Yuna Mizumori, they will significantly lower their chances of reaching the playoffs. So it's kind of a have to win for both of them. Mei Seira beating Saya Kamatani will very much increase her chances of getting to the top 3.
Yeah.
So it's so logjammy this year. It's crazy. Like for Red Stars B, I put logjam, literally anyone could get in. That's my scenario.
That's
for
insane.
Red Stars B.
It's insane. So little inside baseball, guys. So Raja spent countless.
I'm just like staring at this stuff.
I was like, yesterday, I was like, hey, we want to do a show? And she's like, I'm still studying.
I was still looking for the scenario.
She had the damn thing up ahead of her in her computer she had created, looking at all the different scenarios and doing the math. And, everybody knows the meme, right? With the guy on the looking at the thing.
The
and
red strings.
Yeah, you got the strings everywhere. This was poor Raja trying to figure out the scenarios. And every year, normally, it's easy. It's
like a few things could happen.
Yeah, this could happen, this could happen, this could happen. And, it's not like that this year, man.
I mean, in Red Stars B, you've got Azumi, Rina, and Natsukatora at the top right now with 9, 8, and 8. But you've also got Starlight Kid and Natsupoi lingering out there with 7 and 6. So there are so many things that could happen because this last weekend, some people only have 1 match left. Some people have 2 matches left.
Right.
It's so hard
It is.
to just figure out what could be what and what could potentially happen and what you think is going to happen, Because, any of those people could go to the playoffs and I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. That's my breakdown for the episode. Let's move on to Blue Stars A, which is a little more scientific here, okay?
Okay.
So, both Bozilla and Amisori have cinched playoff spots. They are definitely in the top 3.
Crazy.
Which is crazy. All they have left is to face each other. That's
Yeah.
their final match.
And that's the one, you've been waiting for a long time. Big Amisori fan, big Bozilla fan. This is going to be a hell of a match.
Yeah. So, if Bozilla wins this match, she gets the first seed. 100%. If she loses, Ami gets first seed unless Saori Ano beats Yuria Hime, then Saori Ano gets first seed.
So
Ami has to beat Bozilla and she needs Yuria Hime to beat Saori Ano to get the first seed. in the playoffs.
I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know that that's going to happen either, but you never know.
You never know.
So if Amisori loses to Bozilla and Ruaka beats Miyu Amasaki, Ruaka will take Ami's place in the playoffs because of the tiebreaker of Ruaka beating Amisori earlier in the tournament.
It's so insane.
Isn't it? And Miyu, it could totally be a spoiler here.
Oh, yeah.
She could absolutely beat Ruaka. I have no doubt in my mind that she could do that.
Yes.
But it's just hilarious, okay?
It is.
So if Amisori loses and Miyu Amasaki beats both Ruaka and Aya Sakura, she will take Amisori's place in the playoffs because she has the tiebreaker over Amisori. Isn't it? I just love this stuff.
It is. It's really intriguing though, because I can see storylines for all of it.
Yeah, it's crazy, like, how many things could happen. So Blue Stars B is a lot like Red Stars B, where it's quite the logjam. So we've got the obvious three at the top, right? Momo Watanabe, Suzu Suzuki, and Suri are all right there at the top. But you've also got Hanako in there with her 7 points, just lingering there, right with everyone. And, of course, Rani, Yagami, and Hina are still mathematically in there, and they could potentially get in. But I think Momo, Suzu, and Suri are probably everyone's top 3 picks for this block to get in. But just having the potential of Hanako there, I think, is very interesting. And
It is
very scary for people, right?
It's insane, really.
The fact that Suri isn't a definite in already at this point, I think surprises a lot of people who were like, she's going to go undefeated. She's definitely going to win the whole thing. But I love that they've kind of left it up to this uncertainty leading into this final weekend.
I do too. I think it's part of the arc for Suri.
Me too. And so that brings us to the last weekend, the final 2 shows in regular block action, which will this will define the tournament. This will give us the playoffs, which I'm excited about because that means after these 2 shows happen, we get to come on here with our brackets and be like, this is what we think's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah.
Because we'll know for sure who the final 12 are.
We will.
Which I'm looking forward to because there's so much uncertainty right now.
Oh, my God, yeah.
That it's so hard to just pick a winner.
Yeah.
But when you have a bracket in front of you, it's a lot easier.
It is.
So these matches, just an insane amount of crazy matches these last 2 nights, right? Starting with August 16th, we have Hanako taking on Konami. It's easy to say Konami's probably going to win, but Hanako has been playing, she beat Momo Watanabe, right?
I know Konami has had some weird stuff going on. It's so hard to pick this.
It is, and she's eliminated, but she could spoil Hanako here by beating her because Hanako's she's right on the edge.
She could, and it's really difficult, but I almost have to go Konami.
I think I would pick Konami too, yeah. Hina versus Momo Kogo. I think Momo doesn't have any points yet, and I would love to see her get 2 points here, but Hina barely has any points either.
I think Hina's going to take this.
Me too. I think Hina's going to win. Waka Tsukiyama versus Azusa Inaba.
I think we keep going with the Azusa train on this.
Yeah. Azusa, I would say, has the momentum, and the Waka storyline is just too funny. I'm sorry, Waka.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I love you, but it's just too funny. Suri versus Momo Watanabe.
So interesting. It's so interesting. We've been looking forward to this as well.
Yeah.
You know, the big kick battle and all this. And,
so if Momo wins, she goes up to 10 points. Suri stays at 7. If Suri wins, she goes up to 9, going over Momo's 8. If it's a draw, then it's 8 and 9.
Well, Suri's going to win.
Yeah, it kind of feels that way, that this is the time for Suri to pull ahead, right? And get to the lead of the block.
I really feel that she's going to be like no absolute F's given.
Yeah, this is going to be the no F's given match of the tournament. Like, they're going to kill each other. Miyu Amasaki versus Ruaka. This is the one that's like, whoever wins this has a chance of dethroning Amisori if she ends up losing to Bozilla.
I think with Ruaka's run, that Ruaka's going to win this.
It's very compelling, right? Ruaka's really had the momentum in this tournament, so. But I think I'm gonna put my stock behind Big Kev. Okay. I think Miyu's gonna do it. Saida versus Aya Sakura. Just give Saida another win. Just one more. I'll be happy.
Just one more. I'm with you.
Yuria Hime versus Sari Ano.
It's crazy and it's insane, but
it's gonna be fun.
This is it. This is Yuria
Is this her win?
Yes.
She's going to drag Sariano down with her.
This is the win.
Sari's been having such good matches.
She
All I
has.
want from her in this is another fun match. Like, I'm just looking forward to seeing her wrestle in this
I
one.
think this will be a draw.
Ooh, a draw would be fun.
Yeah.
I am going to go Sariano. Sorry, Yuria.
Okay.
But I do think Yuri is going to win her last match on the next night. So it's okay. It's okay. I still have faith.
Yuri's going to get 1 point here, and she's going to get 2 points on the last night.
Okay. Rion versus Natsupoi.
This is...
High speed.
Yeah.
Natsupoi's going to win this match.
Natsupoi's going to destroy her.
Tomoka Inaba versus Natsuka Tora.
This is going to be Natsuka Tora.
I think Tora definitely cinches herself into the playoffs with this one. I think Tora's definitely going to be in the final 12 if I had to guess. Next match, oh man, Starlight Kid versus Rena. This could be for a spot in the playoffs, very realistically.
Yeah, it really could be. And this is going to be another one of those magnificent ones, but I think Rena's going to win it and get a shot at the...
You think so? You
belt.
think she could potentially knock Starlight Kid out of the final 12?
She could knock her out of the final 12, but she could also get a shot at the belt, at the white belt.
I want that so bad, so
Yeah.
I'm going to pick Rena. It's not a total hard pick.
I just think it makes all the sense in the world booking-wise.
Yeah, definitely. Lady C versus B Priestley.
It's B Priestley.
B kind of has to take this so they have the stakes for the final night, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is no doubt. And then Mei Sarah versus Saya Kamatani, which we've extensively said our thoughts about.
We called this from the very first. Mei Sarah's this is Saya's loss.
This is Mei Sarah taking away the undefeated streak and getting a shot at the red belt.
Yeah, this is Mei Sarah solidifying herself up in the Izumi world.
100%. I agree. So that's night one. That's only night one of this weekend. Night two, August 17th. I don't know what order these matches are, but we're starting off with Rana Yagami versus Suzu Suzuki.
Well, Rana's little run
it's over.
Here.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's over. I'm sorry, Rana. I want to pick you so bad, but Suzu, I think, is just going to end up grabbing her definite place in the final three here.
Yeah.
Hina versus Hanako, which will be a fun little match. Hanako probably wants another shot at the future of Stardom belt, but I think Hina probably will win this.
I think Hina's got this.
Lady C versus Waka Tsukiyama.
Somebody has to win.
Somebody has to. Is this Waka's time?
This is Waka's.
Is this Waka's win?
This is Waka's points.
Is everyone going to come out with 2 points at least in this tournament?
No, Momokogo's not.
Oh, right. Momokogo's not because she's facing Suri on the final night.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of a pick 'em. You know, I know Momo's been trying so hard, but it's Suri on the final night of the tournament. Okay.
But Waka's going to have 2 points.
Yes. Ami Sori versus Bozilla. So does Bozilla take the first seed in this match, or does Ami dethrone her?
No, Ami's getting her win back.
You think it's the story, right? I mean, Bozilla destroyed her in Corkin Hall, so it's kind of like Ami needs this. If she doesn't win this, it's like, what are we doing here?
Ami Sori's winning this match.
It could be a draw, but for the sake of the win, I think Ami Sori will win here.
Definitely.
Aya Sakura versus Miyu Amasaki. Just just having fun in this one, really.
It's really weird, but I think that Miyu Amasaki wins this.
Oh yeah, you think Miyu's going over?
Yeah,
I think Aya might win just to kind of solidify that Miyu's not gonna go to the top three, and it's all very toss up. But I feel like Aya Sakura is gonna win this match.
Right.
Yuria Hime versus Saya Ida. Big fun with the mentor-student dynamic. I think Yuria Hime is going to win this match, and I also think she's going to join Stars officially after it's done.
Yeah, I think that's a great call, and I totally agree with you.
It feels like where she's been headed, right? She struggles through this whole tournament trying to prove herself, and who's the person she finally does it over? Saida. Yay!
Right. I agree.
It's going to be fun, and I think her chops are going to surprise people in this one. I think she's finally going to pull them out and be like, I've learned so much.
Yes.
Chop Saida. Hanan versus Yuna Mizumori. We need you to win this, Hanan.
Yeah,
we need you to keep the dream alive.
Hanan's gonna win this.
Come on, Hanan. Rion versus Tomoka Inaba.
Well, Tomoka's got this one.
Yeah, sorry, Rion. You're also probably gonna end up with 0 points in the tournament. I'm so sorry. Sayaka Kurara versus Azumi. Fun times.
This one's kind of crazy, but I think Carrara beats Azumi.
Oh, you think she's going to get Azumi a little bit off kilter with that top spot that she's holding on to?
I really do.
That would be so cool, honestly. I'm going to pick Azumi because I just feel like she's probably going to win. But I love your pick. I love it. Starlight Kid versus Natsupoi. Holy crap.
I think with Natsupoi stuff that's been going on, I think this is SLK.
How do we pick it? How? Oh, man. I agree. Starlight Kid. Let's go Starlight Kid.
Okay.
And B. Priestley versus Saya Kamatani. Probably for the first seed position in the playoffs.
Yeah,
It's hard, but...
It is. Because of the May Sarah win over Saya, I think Saya will pull this one out.
I think so, too. I think having May beat her is enough of a slight against Saya Kamatani in this tournament.
Yeah.
I think that she'll probably beat Brie Priestley, but they will put on a heck of a humdinger.
She's going to lose one
match.
of the two.
It could also be a draw. You never know.
Yeah, she's going to lose one of the two, and I think that it's going to be the May Sarah one. Makes the most sense for the business.
But I love that coming down to this because Brie Priestley is a former World of Stardom champion and a former member of Queen's Quest, much like Saya Kamatani herself.
Absolutely, my friend.
So it's all story and wonderful, and I love it so much. This weekend is going to be so much fun because as soon as it's over, we will know who is going to the playoffs. We'll only have the playoffs and the finals left of this month of 5-Star Grand Prix, which is just crazy. And somewhere in there, we're going to have a qualifying match for Forbidden Door, where one of the Stardom girls, like in between the 20th, the playoffs, and the 27th of the finals, we will have Forbidden Door on the 24th with one of these girls going over to London to vie for the TBS championship. So it's a busy, busy week.
Absolutely insanity that, everything that's going on is so much fun. Really fun time of the year. It always is with tournament time.
Absolutely.
But especially when you get down to this part, man.
When you get down to the wire and anything could happen.
This is so exciting. And these two cars are just super cars, just jam-packed, chock full of goodness.
And you know what? Neither of them are pay-per-views. They're just on Stardom World. Yeah. So you got to go watch them live.
Everybody can watch.
See all this craziness. We're definitely going to be watching live. It's going to be so much fun. So make sure you're following us at Cult of Joshi on X, especially because we're going to be live tweeting on Instagram, on Facebook. Subscribe to the Cult of Joshi YouTube channel. Leave us a comment about what you think's going to happen this weekend and who your picks are to go to the playoffs, because we'd love to hear about everyone's ideas about what's going to happen. It's so much fun to talk to you guys about this stuff. But for now, I'm Raja. He's John. So long from Cult of Joshi.
Bye.